So this should work. Let me just check. I think Facebook. Yeah, Facebook should resume in obviously 2 minutes. Stream should, Twitch should also. Yes, Twitch should also be 2 minutes.
I'm fine with waiting and all, but let's go!
Yep, there we go. Facebook's back. Let's check what's on there. Yeah, Facebook should be fine.
Let's get moving!
So no contesting on the ruins. Everybody happy with 1 each. They did steal top ruin on the side of Valtrix, and that was the Phoenix picking that up. So 3 the side of Valtrix, and side of Aladdin, and 1 on the side of Valtrix. Here we go. They're blocking creepways of the clockwork, so they're using this clockwork quite well. All the little tricks and tips that you can do with clockwork, getting the SF souls, getting your lane controlled, not pushing up so far. And let's see, let's go last hits. Obviously that 11 is the cogs, so don't worry about that. They didn't get 11. He didn't get 11. What the hell? What was that? At the start, so Viper sitting even with SF. It's quite good. The lane's in a very good position for him if he can farm this. Ooh, just unlucky with the rolls of the tower damage there. 1 more. Gets that one. And 1 more. Oh, just misses the range creep there as well. So first wave, quite even, 4 last hits each. And we'll just check up on the other lanes. Some harassment coming out onto the clockwork. He still has quite a bit of regen there. And this lane, they're continuing to farm. So quite interesting. They the support Lina. I don't know. I mean the spells are still there. She's still going to be able to stun and do a lot of wave clear and a lot of damage to the enemy heroes. It's just going to take a little bit longer to get the key items that she needs to pick up some solo kills and key items. Oh, missed a big fight mid with both of the heroes on low HP at the moment. I see Viper's already queued up a healing salve, and what's on the courier for Shadow Fiend? Also, do 2 healing salves. Oh.
Thanks and have fun.
Sorry, missed that. So you can see here, Luna pretty low. The clockwork used cogs. Yes, he did. Maybe just trapped the Jakiro in place. Jakiro coming up to harass, and he got trapped. And now clockwork back up to full HP. So quite this off lane with the Lina and the clockwork, that worked out quite well for them so far, securing that first blood. And the Luna is pretty low, so nice harass coming out there from the dire side here. Lina looking for farm while Lina being spotted out by creeps. That's unfortunate. She was in a very good position to create this gank, and now Jakiro just laying into her. Does Lina have a lucent beam? She does, and they get the Lina kill. Now the clockwork tracked in, but he's quite tanky. And I think that's a nice recovery here. Mid lane, SF throwing out razors. There's a regen bot. Don't know if they've seen that. Oh, stun hits by the Lina onto the Luna, and is she gonna make it? She pops a salve. She's still quite low. She's running back into them, and the Dragon Slayer able to take her down. Maybe if she stayed in the trees there a little bit, could have been better. But the Shakira just left the lane for that 1 second, and you could see that the damage came out, and did quite a lot. Securing that kill for the Dire side. Just want to check if... Yeah, Facebook says it's live. Yeah, there we go.
Get those, the key items that you
Hey,
need
oh, that's me.
to
There we go.
some sort of kills and key items.
So we just have a quick pause here. Apparently someone needs to pee. So you can see the SF and Viper, very even. I'd say that's pretty well played by the Viper considering the start they gave the SF with the Necromancy. I know that's quite a difficult lane to lane up against. He's bringing out another salve and a magic stick. SF's completed the Ring of Bassi. Viper obviously started with the Ring of Bassi, so he's got the Aquila already. Up top here, a lot of regen coming out for the Wraith King. And the Phantom Lancer, not so many, but he's also bringing out his Wraith Bands coming. So they're all doing pretty fine. You can see here 11 CS for the Luna, 10 for the PL, and SF leading the way with 13. So back into the action here. SF quite low on mana, just getting a little bit of rest. Oh, the uphill miss, Gaben, please. There, he hits one. And that harass is going to hurt the SF. SF not the most tankier. You can see he's only got 600 HP. 7 armor at the moment, same as the Viper. So we'll keep an eye here. SF is going to check top ruin. No ruin top. Illusion taken by Jakiro bot. The pings come out. They spot the Lina. Just some more harass coming in, just zoning her out. Lina as well, not the highest HP hero, so any what's his name harass coming out from her side. Any harass coming out from Zakira's side will be able to zone her out quite quickly. Pings coming out from that was that green, I think. It's green here. Why would they be pinging? Maybe it just shows the Radiant or Dire ping. Lina, battle for the ruin. She's taking a lot of damage, but she did manage to get the bounty ruin. Now Clockwork just coming to support her, and they secure both bounty ruins. That's quite good.
Jackpot.
Now Luna just trying to get as much farm as she possibly can while these 2 heroes went away. The lane is quite a bit pushed, so I'd like to see the Shakira just pulling the lane back, just getting better control for them. Just be able to make some more plays once the lane is not pushing into the tower. There's more harass coming from Shakira. And also, with this Aquila, she has the Aquila on, so they're looking to push here. Ooh, Viper goes down mid to SF. That's unexpected, I think. Is Viper level 6 yet? No, he's not. So SF getting level 6 first, going for the big play, the big spike with the level 3 and raises, and he's able to secure that. What I was trying to say is with the Luna with her Ring of Aquila, she's going to have a lot of mana regen, so interesting that she's not throwing out the Lucent Beam quite often. That's looking at 150 damage here on a hero that has at the moment 400 HP, so that could actually push them down quite heavily. There we go. Nice there. So see that harass. She's gone almost down. Oh, misses the stun. Luna's going to chase for it. Another Lucid Beam. Oh, and she fairies fires to save herself there. Meanwhile, Clockwork's mid with the Invis Ruin. He's going to look to set up here. Gets the battery sold off. Gets the cogs. Here come the razors from the SF. Viper manages to kill that one. Long raise. Kills the Viper. Phoenix swooped in. He's going to try and get the Clockwork, but immediate TP out. Will it be enough damage? No. And now the Phoenix is in trouble. She salves up on top of the hill, but SF's looking for her. Just cancels the salve. So nice rotation there with the Ruin from Clockwork. Getting
tower is being chipped away.
Getting the cogs done and forcing a rotation. So, you know, this top lane's actually not doing as well as I thought. I thought they'd be able to put a lot more pressure on the PL, but you can see here, he's farming alright. Stun comes out from the Wraith King, just gonna lay in there and do a little bit of damage. Now Jakiro taking experience mid while the Viper makes his way back here. And Luna still farming away bot. Clockwork has picked up this bottle. I like bottle on offlane from the side shop here. When you buy from from the secret shop, you get a full bottle. I don't think you can buy it here from the side shop here. I don't know, but I don't think so. Stun, oh, predictive stun missed on the Jakiro. Now battery assault. Luna just throws out the Lucent Beam just to create a little bit of space, and she's able to get away from battery assault. But then now it hits. Oh, beautiful ice path, locking in 2 players there. Luna with the Lucent Beam, trying to finish off this Lina. She's taking a lot of damage. One more, but the Clockwork Cogs are there. This lane bot is insane. The Cogs push back on Luna. She has another Lucent Beam up, waiting for it. The burst is not enough. She ran in. She's too low. Oh, just couldn't get the Lucent Beam off. Lina goes down. Jakiro goes down.
Shut your trap.
So a 2-for-1 trade there. Pretty even, but Luna just couldn't get that. Ooh, now the gang top. SF is here with haste. They get the silence onto the Phoenix, so there's no swooping out, but they turn onto the Wraith King, lay into him some damage. He gets the Lance, and they get the kill. +2 for silencer. SF still looking for more. He's going for the razors, but he's out of mana. Is he going to bottle up? No. They hit the Clockwork Rocket. 1 long raise left. No. Viper's rotating in. This should be a return kill. SF walks straight into the Viper. Does he have the ultimate? Can he get it off? SF's bottling up. Oh, they just can't get it. Will the Wraith King be able to land a stun? No. But they slow him down with the Viper's attack. One more. Another slow. And the stun goes out. And then Viper securing that kill. So quite a nice return kill there. The SF rotated top with haste. He's left the lane, but the Viper also had to rotate in order to get that return kill. So big movements coming in here from both teams. Luna still farming, and Lina just being able to push that wave back under tower. Some pings coming out by Jakiro there by the Ancients. Luna just getting herself some farm, almost level 6, then the burst will be real. Luna is level 6, so if she gets an opportunity, she can go with that Eclipse. Eclipse level 1, not the greatest, but able to get some kills definitely with that. They secure bounty ruins. Phoenix will be at top. So 3 going the way of the Dire, and only Phoenix getting the 1 for the Radiant. Now Viper pushing the tower. She's 1 level behind the SF, and denies the regen rune. Just keeping bottles empty. Clock shot, hook shot in by the Clockwork. Cogs up the Jakiro. Here comes the Lina stun and the Dragon Slave, and that's a kill for the Clockwork. So stealth, nice initiation there. Hit level 6, made sure that he lands a hook shot, and they're able to follow up with the 2 stuns, or with the battery assault and the stun from the Lina. Just taking down a top lane. The silencers harass onto the Phoenix. Not having a great time, this Phoenix. But now Jakiro's up top here. Do they know he's up here? No. Stun goes out onto the PL. He's taking a lot of damage. Ice Path hits beautifully just at the edge of it. Now he mangoes up. They're chasing the silencer. He stuns off cooldown. Can he get in range for it? Stuns the silencer. Now lays into him. Massive damage. Silencer throws out the curse out. And Ice Path hits. Pops another mango. But the crit is there.
Thanks for playing Dota 2.
Is he going to die from this? No. Elsewhere, who died? Oh, the Luna died. So again, this bot lane making plays. As soon as the Jakiro wasn't there, they get aggressive. They put damage onto the carry and end up getting the kill. Now Phoenix rotating bot. I also like the amount of regen they are bringing out, keeping them being able to stay in lane, apply enough pressure. Hook shot in onto the Luna, stun by the Lina, and
a dominating performance.
Dead Luna. So this is the Clockwork making some nice plays here. Once he's got that 6, he's not just sitting back and farming. He's applying pressure. That's 2 deaths now for the Luna, and that's put her back quite heavily. The PL not getting as much farm now. With the pressure coming in from the Wraith King and the Phoenix, and now Jakiro that he's up here. And now they're gonna, this mid tower just taking some damage. They ping out Phoenix, level 6. Hasn't taken his ultimate yet. Saving that point. There he goes. He takes the ultimate now. Mid lane, Viper with haste, but he's just gonna back it off. Didn't do enough there with Lina. She's looking for this kill. Will she get it with the Laguna Blade? No, not keen to run under the tower. And Viper will just pop a salve. He was fine. He had a massive stick. Mid lane, they're looking. Clockwork's hook shots off in 1 second. He spots the Viper. They know he's there. Is he gonna go for this? Oh, misses the hook shot. The Viper just stepped forward. So they had vision of him while he was attacking the creeps, but he just stepped forward as the hook shot was planted there. Now they're picking out Jakiro. Stun hits by the Laguna Blade. Dead Jakiro plus 2 silencer. Interesting that the Clockwork didn't rocket there first. Oh, big push coming top here. The Luna's rotated here, giving space to the Phoenix. And they've put up the skeleton army here, so they're pushing both. They know hookshot's down, so they're going to be a little bit more aggressive. SF pops the Viper ulti. Hits the razors, but he's taking quite a lot. SF ulti coming out. Damage reduction, another raise. Who's going to get this kill? Oh, both die, but Viper goes down first. And Jakiro had to run in here. Meanwhile, top lane, they do pick up the PL.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
So overall, would you take your mid for your carry trade? I don't know. At this point, the mid player of what's his name, Valtrix. Oh, sorry, Valtrix also died. So I suppose a favorable trade in the way of.
Are those cracks in Dire's top tower?
Top lane, the Lina stun's gonna miss. Oof, that Lucent Beam did so much. The support Lina's very little items.
They're beating on Dire's top tower.
Nice kill there behind the tower. SF jungling away. PL.
Dire's top tower is
Went
under
this,
attack.
the cloak just for some. Phoenix does have swoop ready, but he pops the egg. Nice egg. They try to hit it. Why is the Clockwork not hitting it? Why is the Clockwork not hitting it? And the egg pops out. Swoops for more damage. This is going to be 2 kills definitely. The silencer goes down. Another cost attempt by the Clockwork, but he too goes down. So 2 kills on the side there of the Radiant. I think if that Clockwork just hit the egg, I think it would have been enough. Maybe he was fire spirited.
Tower is under attack.
And now the Radiant pushing mid. They've already claimed top, and bot is probably going to go down in this lane. So a lot of map control.
Dire's middle tower isn't
for
going to
Ladin.
last long.
And with that map control, they'll be able to secure some more farm for the year. But yeah, the Valtrix looking to make it there. They get the Arcane Curse. They pop the beautiful Lina stun, but the stun from the Wraith King saves him. Lina go down. Lina throwing out massive damage there. Takes down the Phoenix and gets the kill onto the Luna. Now mid, Viper's in trouble. This Clockwork's going to run him down. The battery assault, the cogs is there, and he'll go down. Ice Bar, lots of Clockwork. Are they going to look to make a play here? The Wraith King is here with Blink, I must say. Some nice early pickup there for the Wraith King. And all of a sudden, there's three dead there for Subtlanders. It just does look like they were pushing up, pressuring. Blink forward onto the SF, big crit, but the Clockwork hook shot comes in there. They silence up the Wraith King, but he's still going. He doesn't have ultimate now. Switch to interest, but it's not enough. And he just can't get his ultimate off there. Just couldn't get enough mana. Now 3 years onto the Jakiro. Battery assault has run out. SF now rolling up the ulti. Just no, backing off a little bit. Viper's back. Lina TPing in mid. She's probably gonna just try. This Viper's tanking this tower. He wants his mid tower down.
It looks like Dire
They fortify.
structures.
Ooh, will they get the deny? This is risky. This is risky. Clockwork's coming in. Oh, but they are smoked. They are smoked. Are they going to go for the deny? Clockwork moving forward. He's invis. Battery assault. Cogs. Jakiro's dead. Sure, the push out by the Lina. And she gets the Laguna Blade. Beautiful. Beautiful combination. Now Phoenix into the middle of 3 of them. That's... Oh, Luna also arrives. Big damage coming out here. I thought he landed the Fire Spirits. But he went into 3 heroes, none of them were fire spirited, and they were able to take down this level 1 egg quite quickly. So
And
overall,
it's off.
2-for-1 trade. You lose your Lina, but they did manage to take out the Jakiro, the Viper, and the Phoenix. Wraith King, TPing bot, knows the pressure's coming onto his tower, and there's a lot of farm there, so he'll just go bot. The Clockwork, by the way, has already picked up his Blade Mail. Ooh, they spot out the SF. He's going onto the Luna. She pops the Eclipse, but it's not.
Killing spree.
Ooh, if that Ice Path was 1 second earlier. Now Clockwork's going to TP out, but the SF will go down. Did you guys see the Requiem? The Phoenix swooped in as the Requiem hit, and she took burst massive damage there. Well played. That's the best they could have gotten in that situation. Didn't expect a sentry there, and spotted out the SF with Invis. Does he have a Shadow Blade yet? Yes, he does. So that's how he was Invis running in there. Meanwhile, this PL is caught up quite a lot. You remember he was like 4th or 5th, and he's picked up. Stun onto the Viper, but he's tanky now, and the Lina goes down. The infused raindrops doing work. Unfortunately, the rocket there removing the last raindrop, but the raindrop there did nice work, being making the Viper able to survive there. And the level 9 Lina took on the level 13 Viper, and she paid a price for it. On the side of levels, let's see how everybody's doing on levels. So you have SF leading on 14, 13 Viper. Yeah, pretty even for the cause. Pretty even for the cause there, and just back to last hits, you see the SF leading the way there with his jungling, and he's been able to pick up the Shadow Blade quite quickly. So he's going to look to make plays around the map. He tried to here, actually got I'd say quite an impressive play off there, being able to take down the lucky there with the Phoenix, just dove straight into that Requiem and took massive damage. PL not staying top, obviously doesn't really know where the rest of the heroes are, but he's going to be able to take this tower very shortly. It'll be first tower of the game for the side of Valtrix, and I really wish they showed the team names up here because I keep forgetting who they are. Let's look at some items. So Clockwork has already picked up the Blade Mail. That's massive for him. Viper is going Maelstrom. Already picked up the Javelin. Diffusal Blade. About 1,700 away. Luna, she's going for Dragon Lance. Picked up the 2 Elven skins, and she's about 400 away from that. So it looks like everybody's having a little bit of internet connection issues here. Vision, can I toggle? No, I can't toggle the vision, but you have a Dire Ward here, a Dire Ward here, and a Dire Ward here. So this area of the map, this Radiant Jungle plus their bounty spawn, that's well covered there. They'll see the rotations coming in. At the moment, it's just the Silencer farming here, but you know, if the SF does rotate here, he can feel safe that they won't be able to gank him. Right now, the Wraith King, he's going into Radiant. Obviously, pretty good versus the PL for the missed chances and deals with the illusion. And then, yeah, PL obviously standard Diffusal Blade, and he's going for Hood of Defiance, just for the magic damage, I'd say, from the Luna, and obviously the Jakiro, so he'll be able to stand and fight a little bit longer. Also, you don't really want to get a BKB on the PL. Sort of gives away which PL you are, and you rarely see it being built onto him. But you know, in this game, it might be a good way to get rid of the Fire Spirits, to dodge some stuns, and to obviously tank the Eclipse. So we could see him going that later on. This Viper, after picking up, see that Lina only did like half of his HP damage to him, so not really. She was probably expecting a little bit more. She's been finding some good pickoffs, and just when she ran up against this Viper with his raindrops, able to sustain that and you know, go through that fight and come out on top. So It looks like one of the players have some ping issues, but they're gonna carry on playing.
Let the fighting recommence.
Love this jungling with skeletons. One of the easiest way to just get some more farm going here. They'll run to the next camp, obviously uncontrollable skeletons, but they'll run to the camp and farm for you. You don't even have to be there, like your little minions. Now Wraith King TPing top. It's moving around the map quite a lot here. I want to see, oh, mid lane, they found a Jakiro.
Dominated him, I guess.
Hookshot used, yeah, hookshot was used. He's pinging, Jakiro's pinging out back here. And SF's dancing. So we see Luna, she's retreated into her jungle. She's got the Dragon Lance. Does she purchase it right away or does she save her gold? Let's see what happens. Yep, she purchased the Dragon Lance straight away. No lifesteal yet, but she's jungling, trying to catch up. And SF also just jungling. He's almost got his BKB. That's going to be a big item for him. Now Phoenix TPing, but they spotted out with this ward. I don't know if they know that ward's that deep because their sentry misses it. So they're going to be feeling quite comfortable going bot here. Relentless still just farming up, 36 souls. He's going to bottle these ruins. Oh, he's going straight for a kill. Ooh, he used a Shadow Blade while bottling up. Probably just a little bit eager there. Now Shadow Blade's on cooldown. They're going to wait for it. Top lane. Luna, and they're going to find this Wraith, or the Silencer. Here comes Wraith King, he blinks forward, stuns onto the Silencer. There's the one crit. Silencer throws out the curse, Luna with the Lucent Beam. Does he make it out? He runs, Clockwork, hook shots in, but the Silencer's still going to not go down. They didn't manage to finish off the Silencer, and now the fight turns around. Eclipse coming out, but there's so many PL illusions tanking it. Wraith King, is he going to go down? For the first time he is. Master Ice Cloth. Now the Viper arrives. Look at the damage coming out from the Viper onto the SF. Takes on the SF and the Wraith King's back. Here's Phoenix as well. Phoenix pops the eggs, takes on the Silencer, takes on the Clockwork. PL's here to take down the egg. He does manage to take down the egg. And Wraith King dies from the Lina. But a good fight, messy fight, but nice response there from the Radiant team here. We can look at the change here. You can see pretty even XP change, gold change favoring the side of the Radiant here. They just arrived a little bit late there, but I tell you, if they didn't arrive there, that fight would have been horrible. That would have been a disaster for them. But when they took that fight, I think nice rotations in there. The Lunar Eclipse, you saw what little it did to the PL there. He was just able to tank it because all these illusions were tanking the beams. So not much they could have done there, but overall I think it turned out okay. Ice Path cancelling the Tinker's... Tinker, what the hell? Cancelling the PL's TP out there. So Jakiro, he's gonna... Jakiro's gonna try save this tower top. Lina's up here, and the PL is also... Is he gonna turn around and come help back in here? He's finished up his Diffusal Blade and he's almost got his hood, so that fight for him made him a very rich man. Didn't actually check how many kills he picked up there, but he's been farming away, 114 last hits. The SF, obviously, she's pulling ahead because the Razors do so much and enable him to enables him to farm the waves quite quickly. So he's working his way to BKB. And just clearing that wave. Clockwork, hook shot in, onto the Jakiro. This is a dead Jakiro. Hit the cogs, hit the cogs.
Not much good's happening to
Couldn't get out of the cogs. The battery assault holding him in place, not able to get a ice path down. And easy pick off there for the Clockwork. Clockwork's actually done a lot of work. I like the way he's been playing. He's not been waiting, just moving around, using that hook shot, getting the setup kills. Now they spot out the Phoenix. hits the battery assault, tries to force off closer, but doesn't get close enough. Now Luna's here.
Radiant's bottom tower.
No lucid beam just yet. They silence up. So no ulti from the Viper, and are they going to back off here? They get the D ward, and they're waiting back. Is this going to be a fake back? No. They're both TPing out because they know the Wraith King is pushing top. He's got 4k gold, and he'll be picking up that rally quite soon, looking to finish up that Radiance. But now they've set up for him. Clockwork shining. He has quick shot off cooldown. Wraith King's ulti is also off cooldown. Silencer is going to lead in with the curse, and here comes the TP out, but the hook shot cancels the TP. Stun follow up by the Lina, and now can they kill him the second time? For sure they can. Cogs trapping him in. Lina with the Yule sets up for the stun, and here comes the massive damage. Laguna Blade, is she going to steal it? Yes, of course she is.
Burns, doesn't it?
So the Wraith King, a little bit greedy, didn't end up buying his relic either, so lost quite a bit there. Just stayed up there without proper vision yet, couldn't see the rotations coming through, and paid the price for it. Luna, maybe she's also working towards that BKB. And Dia finally going to push top and take top. Let's see what happens here. Not many, or they are moving, Radiant are moving in this direction to try and maybe defend this, but maybe I think they're just going to drop
Radiant structures are fortified.
They are shrining, but I think it's a little too late. Here comes Phoenix though.
Just as much help as the
Let's
bottom.
see, they're moving in, Fire Spirits, they swoop in, but he's just going to swoop right back. SF, Clockwork, they're going to look. So nice map control coming back to the side of the Dire here.
Tower is under attack.
They'll be able to move around a little bit more freely.
Radiant have fortified their structures.
And they're making Radiant move around quite a lot. They tried to defend the top tower, didn't get that right. Now they're all grouped up mid. Silencer starts laying in with damage, but a beautiful hook shot in from the Clockwork. Hits onto the Luna. Can he get the cogs down? He traps in the Luna. Luna's going to go down here. With the stuns and the right clicks coming in from the SF. They pop this global silence, and they're just taking down Vipers on the run. They pop the Requiem, they take down the Wraith King. Not yet. Strix, yes, he's dead.
Double kill.
And the Phoenix will have to swoop out here, but will she make it? Clockwork Rocket and the Urn takes her down. So that's a full team wipe for the side of the Dire. Just a little disjointed there, but again, this is initiation from the Clockwork has been beautiful. Like, he's set up so many fights and kills for him, even if it's solo kills for himself or like that. Just setting up a nice team fight there for them to capitalize on. By taking out the carry first, there's no Eclipse. He doesn't have BKB yet, so all the magic damage just bursted down really, really quickly. And now they're pushing high ground. No one has buyback except the Luna, and she's right back. Otherwise, they have a good 20 seconds still to get this here. And they're just going to push the Jakiro back. He's trying his best. He's thrown out the Ice Path. Doesn't have ultimate up, so they are pushing Rax here. And this might be one lane of Rax gone. Clockwork will shot forward onto the Jakiro, but the Ice Path just in time to keep it there. Now they fortify, and this is time for the Dire to back out. Unfortunately, all the damage was onto the melee barracks, so that's going to generate up. But some damage onto the range barracks here. Just securing roots for the PL. He's taken top. Phoenix will pick up the bottom, the bottom one, and Dire will pick up 2 more bot. Now SF, what is he waiting for? Are they going to smoke up here? No, they're giving mana. No smoke. No smoke. No smoke. But SF is bottling up. They're moving forward here. Just sitting behind the SF. Clockwork shot is ready. Is he building into a Lotus Orb? I think that's Lotus Orb. No, yeah, I think it's Lotus Orb. He's got the plate mail ready for it. Now the Radiant. They plant the sentry. Just make sure that there's no vision here. Looks like they were going to smoke up. Yeah, smoke up. 5-man smoke. But they run straight into the Clockwork. Jumps in, Wraith King, initiates onto him the stun, but the Cog's holding him back, and that's not the area you want to go on. Oh, he's got such great escape. Well played by the Clockwork. Didn't panic, just forced off away, cogsed himself, they couldn't get close to him, and able to hook shot away.
Players here.
So his Clockwork really doing some work. That's a full 5-man smoke. That's the time your Luna isn't farming. She has to join the fight, and he was able to get away there. So nothing coming from that smoke. They shrine up. Do they have a smoke of their own? I'd like to see them smoke back. Yes, they do. Lina pops a smoke, and now it's a 4-man rotation going into the Radiant jungle. Where are they going? No lines being drawn yet, but Clockwork's leading the way. Hookshot is on cooldown, so he's going to have to get close. They rocket. They see the Luna's farming here. Let's see, who do they pick up? Hookshot, 8 seconds away, but the SF leading the charge with his... Oh, he goes for the easy target. Akira just 3-shotted down there, and the Radiant have to back out. Clockwork getting into a position, but the creeps just walked in front of him right there. Not able to get that hookshot down, but they'll be able to secure the range racks at least and turn their sights into the melee barracks. One more shot, thank you. And they take down the melee barracks. So that's one lane of racks going to the side of the Dire. They'll back off, maybe try secure a Shan now. SF has his 10-second BKB. Silencer with Spirit Vessel. Ooh, they're going straight shrines. And this is something you don't see a lot of teams doing. As soon as you get that advantage of being able to take shrines, they move in and they take the shrines. Just secure so much more map control, not allowing the Radiant team to get out of base, not allowing them to farm anywhere. And they will go straight into pushing top. No, are they going to secure a Shan? Let's see. I don't think they want to yet, but they have a good opportunity. This Wraith King has slowed down. I mean, he was at 4k gold probably about 5-6 minutes ago, and he's only now got his relic almost as radiant. But just haven't been able to find the pickles that they need in this situation to accelerate that farm or that lead that they have. And it's mainly due to the plays coming out from the Clockwork, just setting up these fights, allowing Dire to really take advantage of this game and move into this controlling position that they have. A 16k gold lead now for the side of the Dire. And now they move into the rush pit. Interesting smoke there by the 2 supports, so they're staying outside. See what they can get. Hookshot is off cooldown. They do get the D ward. Rush is falling low. They spot the smoke, but are they going to jump straight into a fight here? They know they're rushing. Rush is very low. They jump in, but the PL picks up the Aegis. Here comes the global silence, so no initiation by the Wraith King. He goes down once. Luna pops the Eclipse with the BKB. She drops down, but they're all just tanking it, and she's not really doing as much damage. They're just laying into the Viper. Wraith King's back. Is he turning? That's fine for them. No, he goes down. SF still here.
Double kill.
He's still alive, and he makes it out. The Spirit Vessel isn't going to be enough. They do pop the Aegis on the PL. Now Lina, she's chasing after the Phoenix. Can she land the stun? Moves forward, lands the stun.
Killing spree.
Beautiful play.
Double kill.
And this Silencer is becoming a smart man. 26 stolen intelligence, and it looks like they'll just move into the base here. Obviously, they still have tier 2 Sabat, so they can't take that track. So maybe look to go top, or they're going straight for the finish. Are they going straight for the finish? Yep, PL says he's wants out of this game and he wants to go straight in here.
Have to take this abuse?
They're laying into the tier 4s. SF boots of travel on him as well. Very farmed. Very, very, very farmed SF. And now they push right. So no, there's still a buyback on the Phoenix, but they are respawning now. First Ice Path comes out. Blink in by the Wraith King. The Radiant's just a little too late. That PL is wailing into him. Gets a Diffusal Blade onto him. Still has a lot of mana, but no ulti. Is he going to go down? PL overcommitted there a little bit, and they take down the PL. Is this where you get out? They take down the Lina as well. Rest of the team has backed down. So trying to end the game straight there, maybe not the right choice. Maybe just secure the racks top. They didn't have that tier 2 up top, so they were able to take the top racks, but choosing to go tier 4s, losing the PL there. Your second highest net worth player in this game, and who took him down? Let's see. And the Lina took him down. Ach, the Luna only for 440. I thought it would be worth more. Did have to pop the BKB there, or it was probably still on cooldown from the previous fight. Didn't really see what she did.
Double damage.
They're beating on Dire's top tower.
Oh, hookshot misses from the Clockwork, but they now know where he is. They're chasing him down, but he 4-steps up the hill. Wraith King has double damage, so they might look to make a play here.
Radiant's bottom tower's got problems. problem?
Pops a skeleton, not the biggest
Dire's
skeleton army,
structures are fortified.
but he's moving in with the
Dire's middle
double damage.
tower
Blinks
isn't
forward
gonna
onto the
last
silencer.
long.
Does he get the big
Not
crit
much
here?
good's happening
With
to
the Lucent
Radiant's bottom
Beam,
tower.
they forced off him back. Clockwork with the battery assault, getting onto the Phoenix, gets the egg off. Lina, she stuns the egg, gets a little bit of attack speed, but the Ice Bot, nice Ice Bot stopping her attack. Or the SF, he's invis here. Pops the Requiem, turns around, hits onto the knee. Luna goes down, now turns his attention to the Viper with the BKB on. Goes for the first race, goes for the second race, and they take him down. Triple kills from the SF. And this should be it, yeah. That's game. Good game called by, what's his name, Ladin, and well played Valtrex. So they just got that, the nice lead there, and capitalized. And they capitalized on the lead they had. But like I said, mainly due to that Clockwork. He came through big there, made some big plays in the mid game, securing some farm both ways, securing some kills and farm for himself. And he was able to pick up that early blade mail, allowed him so much more, allowing him to do so much more. I don't even think he had Ags there, let's see. No Ags. So he went very utility with the blade mail. He's able to go in and just wreck anybody that tries to go on him. And it's very difficult for a Viper or someone, even the Wraith King, like to go in onto a blade mail Clockwork. He's quite tanky, and the Viper does a lot of damage back to himself. So was a difficult play there. I don't know what you do with they allowed that Clockwork and Lina bot to just get a little bit too far ahead, where the Luna didn't really offer anything in the end. She didn't. The Eclipse got taken out, completely negated by the PL's illusions, and she didn't really get any type of commanding farm. Like, she was doing fine on the last hit side of it, but you can see there her gold per minute only 370. Compare that with your PL, who's about 100 ahead of her, and the SF who had a really good game on 628. So yeah, overall well played Valtrex. I think that was a very nice sort of way to show that when you have the lead, they made completely sure of finishing the game, and the game was pretty even up until this point. 20 minutes. Let's see what happened at 20 minutes. Is it at 20 minutes where the Clockwork picked up his blade mail? Just before. Here's 20 minutes. So he got his 4-staff and blade mail, and that's where the game turned around. He was able to make the plays, and you can see here right about where he picked that up. That's when the game really swung into their favor, and they were able to capitalize and make the make the transition into that ending the game. Maybe one misplay there was going for the tier 4s straight, not going for the top racks, but yeah, other than that, very well played. And I think they're just taking a quick break. I'm going to put some music on, and then we'll be back with game 2. Allowing him to... let me just get some music here. I don't know if you guys want to see this, yeah, just like that. So, game 1 going to Valtrex. Okay, we'll be right back once they start going again.
your channel.
Hello?
Hey, what's up?
That,
Ja, ek het vir die password gestuur vir die lobby. Kyk of jy kan inkom. Allee. Klik net dan, ek dink jy kan net sê join daar so.
oh ja?
Allee. Dan dink ek een van ons moet cameraman kies as ek reg kan onthou.
Dink doen jy dit net?
Right.
Spectator is ook op jou ding anyway.
Ja. Ek dink so, ja.
Jy op Facebook?
En op Twitch en op
Nee, want ek wil net kyk of my sound reg deurkom.
Okay, ja, cool. Jy kan check. Jy kan gaan op Facebook. Oh, maar daar's 2 minute delay, maar jy kan we'll check op Facebook. Oopsie. Fuck. Ja, jy password weg. Ek sal sê.
Oh ja, obviously.
Ek kan nie daai weg, ek kan nie jou chat wegvat for some reason nie. Moet ek net dit doen.
Daar's dit weg.
Nice. Wat wil ek sê? It was always a cool game, ek weet nie of jy gekyk het nie.
Ja, dit was action-packed.
Ja, en wat se nou die Valtrix is, hulle daai lead kry, yes, die 2 pizza.
Ja, maar daai clockwork in die game basically gedictate.
Ja, hy het eers die tempo mooi geset. Toe hy eers sy wat se naam full stuff het, maak hy soveel plays.
Ja. En hulle het op power spikes gefight en die ouens het dit glad.
Ek hoop hierdie werk. Hulle het nou gesê ek's flagged as cameraman, maar ek weet nie die stream sal soos altyd ons stemme hê wanneer ons TeamSpeak. Maar ek weet nie of
op Facebook, ja, nie op maar dis fyn. Dit moet net iewers wees.
Ja, en nie in game nie. Ek weet nie. Sal sien.
As dit in game kan wees, sal dit cool wees, maar ek weet nie.
Ja, ek weet nie wat moet ek kies. Ek dink ek moet team of ja, jy's nie in my party nie, so ek hou team open mic aan. En dan check ons maar wat gebeur.
Ja, en dan ek sit net mute co-broadcasters, want ons gebruik TeamSpeak.
O, cool. Ja, waar het jy dit gedoen?
Audio.
Mute co-broadcasters, sê. Ja, en dit is op TeamSpeak, ja.
So, obviously is my sound fine op TeamSpeak.
Ja.
Kan net so los.
Sien maar wat gebeur. Dit is eintlik nogals lekker, maar my mond raak droog.
Ja, maar 'n botteltjie water naby.
Ja. Is dit alright viewership ook? Daar was so 6 mense op Twitch wat gekyk het. Daar's nou 2 mense op Facebook en daar's nou 5 op Twitch. Dit is nogals cool. So ons wag net vir hierdie blind chicken man.
Wat se league is hierdie?
Dis dieselfde cup wat ons in speel.
O,
So hier staan is
okay.
hier
So dis die eerste game, dis 'n knockout.
Ja. So daar's ek dink ons is 3 games wat aangaan vanaand. Het ek gesien op die groep as 3 ouens wat speel, maar ja, hierdie ouens het gevra of ons wil cast. Het jy saam met Jono al gespeel?
Nee.
Ek wil so graag.
Ek raai Eels. Hy speel goed, ek het gesien.
Is dit?
Gister Magnus ook gespeel, ja.
Ja, hy moet net 'n bietjie meer tyd insit. Sal hy weer fyn wees. Ek het Jono se plays enjoy.
Dis my net classic gister om op online te kom en dan speel Justin Storm Spirit en hy speel
En hy speel wie?
Earthshaker met sy Eels.
Met sy heel. Voor blink.
Ja,
Nice.
ja, ek dink ons het independent kameras, maar
Die stream sien myne.
was ek probeer minder hoes van al die pop.
Die vibe. Dink hierdie blind chicken het eers sy sigarette gaan koop voordat hy gaan terugkom. Is jy reg vir wat se naam? Môre se game dan?
Ja,
Ag nee, donderdag se game. So.
donderdag ek wil net sê, ja.
Ja, donderdag.
Maar eintlik soos ek bedoel die mid is nie eintlik nie so groot issue nie, want
Hulle gang nie meer so baie nie.
in elk geval omdat 'n mens deellyn ook speel. En ek bedoel my pool kan ook core offline speel. Dis nie meer solo offline basically wat ek bedoel.
Ja. Bernard, fuck, jy's so dom ou. Sê die Rion is nou in die mix. Okay, gaat ons. Hopelijk werk alles. As iemand net miskien in-game sal vir ons kan laat weet wat werk. Maar die streams behoort fyn te wees. Ons moet Engels cast ook. by the way.
Radiant team.
Ja,
ban.
it's fine.
Okay, dis baie moeilik. So, welcome to game 2
Dire team,
of
Radiant
Valtrix
team,
versus
ban.
Ladin, and I have a very special guest joining me on Child's casting couch tonight. It's Lamau slash Rionzo. Lamau, hello.
Feeling honored to be here sitting on the casting couch with my man Child. And looking forward to game 2. We saw an action-packed game 1, so I'm interested to see what will happen in game 2.
10 seconds remaining. Ban.
So what do you expect coming from the drafting phase, Child?
Well,
Radiant
let's see.
team,
So Ladin, they
ban.
were playing Radiant the previous game, and I think what they banned out was the Clinks and the Weavers. So same bands coming out. I think you'll see Valtrix trying to get that mid-game tempo because that's where they won and were very strong that game with the clockwork going in there. So I don't know. It's difficult to say. I don't really know what these teams play,
10
but
seconds remaining.
Valtrix went for a very
5
like sort
seconds
of
remaining.
fight-oriented lineup, and that seemed to work for them.
User
Where
joined
Ladin
your
had
channel.
Ladin. Albert, fuck off,
Cast
was
julle.
cast.
Ek gaan nou kyk in die game.
Okay.
Enjoy.
Gaan luister
User
naar
left your channel.
Sorry
What an
about
idiot.
that. What an idiot.
Dire team ban.
Yeah, so I'd actually be keen to see that clockwork respect ban coming through, which hasn't happened yet. So I wouldn't be surprised if Valentrix picks that up within the first picking phase. Definitely dominating the pace of the first game.
Yeah, and it was such a good initiator for them as well, being able to
10 seconds
set up
remaining.
the fights and start the fights, and they had a nice little combo with that, you know,
5
as they
seconds
hit the
remaining.
cogs and they go in with the Lina stun and the SF raises. Everything was just set up really nicely once the Clockwork made that initiation.
Yeah, so it'll be interesting to see what Latin can do with respects to the second game. Saw a very dominant performance from Valentrix, and then also definitely playing on their team's power spikes.
Radiant
As
team
soon as Clockwork
pick.
got the hook shot, playing on that. And then we saw on the side of Adam, which I would have liked to see, was the Wraith King finish that
Dire team
Radiance.
pick.
Hanging on to a lot of gold and getting picked off there in the top lane,
Yes.
pushing solo. So that set them back. And we also saw shortly thereafter the smoke in their jungle without the Radiance. So you're hanging on to very strong items which are not finished, and setting up team fights, going into, you know, I think
10
with their
seconds
lineup
remaining.
with the Phoenix, what you wanted was the Radiance in the mix. Obviously
5
gives you
seconds
the
remaining.
mischance fighting the egg, but then also just a lot of DPS coming out with all those ultis combined along with the items. So yeah, very interested to see. We see the silencer pick up from Valentrix. Served them very well in game one as well.
Yeah, what I liked about it, like as that Clockwork came in, obviously global silence go out, so there's no retaliation. You can make that a clean kill. So I like that. Also the lane, you know how much damage the lane silencer can do with these arcane curse.
Yeah, so he's been nerfed a little bit, but I think I mean he's still very prominent in most of the ranked games, picking him up as a position 5, I think, working very well with the Arcane Curse and just putting a lot of pressure on the off lane, where obviously you want your safe lane core to farm, and making some space there. Served them well in the first game, like you said. Now with the hook shot, yeah, just
Dire team
it disrupts fights completely. So
Centaur, first pick Centaur.
interesting pickup, yeah.
Yeah, first pick Centaur. It's obviously, I think Centaur's very tanky, very strong, can run into fights, get them out of fights, and if he picks up that Blink Dagger, he can get, what's the name? He can get that Blink Dagger and initiate the fights for them. So
10 seconds
this time
remaining.
they've gone for the quick initiator. I think we're going to see a
5
Clockwork.
seconds remaining.
Has to be a Clockwork ban in the next phase here if Valentrix don't pick it up in the next one.
Radiant team pick.
Pugdapi coming through, interesting.
Push, a lot of push from
yeah.
Pugna.
So yeah, what you want to see is obviously get a blink on the scent early game, and then fight around that. Obviously depends on the rest of the draft as well.
Radiant team ban.
There's a Clockwork
Dire
again.
team
There's
ban.
the Clockwork. So I'm actually quite surprised they didn't ban that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that honestly doesn't make a lot of sense.
Yeah, Stealth had a very good game on the Clockwork, yeah. And he'll probably, I mean, I know looks very similar, the bans and the picks coming out here from Valentrix, but if it worked, why change it? You know, like he had such a monster game for them, so interesting that they didn't respect ban it out. Maybe they
10
feel
seconds
confident that they know now how to deal with it, so.
Yeah, it's possible that
5
you can maybe look at
seconds
something
remaining.
a bit more offensive in your safe lane when facing the Clockwork. So I think Luna and it was Luna and Jakiro did
Radiant
quite
team
well.
ban.
Sorry, I just want to change my threshold quick.
But yeah, the Luna and the Jakiro, like, I think that it was fine. It was just that you're right. Like on that power spikes, it just didn't.
Dire
They just
team
didn't
ban.
capitalize on the power spikes that they got. Where Valentrix was able to, as soon as like Clockwork picks up level 6, moves in, gets a kill. He gets his blade mail, he moves in, gets a kill. He gets his 4 staff, gets his kill. So, you know, just a little bit more cleaner performance from Valentrix. But Ladin's laning phase didn't go horribly, so it was actually quite even.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Dire team pick.
Is jy terug, Renzo?
Ek stel net Jesus. Sorry.
It's not I open mic threshold. So they, I don't know if you're seeing, but they removed the SF, so they felt that the SF had a greater impact, or had a very strong mid game or mid lane. They
10
also removed
seconds
Terra
remaining.
Blade. This is on the side of Ladin.
5 seconds remaining.
On the side of Valentrix, they removed Zeus and Drow.
Yeah, so I think SF had a very dominant performance mid as well. The last hits were quite close, but in terms of the Knives, you sitting with a Viper with not a lot of attack damage early game, and then obviously trying to sort of fight your way through the early game against the SF who just stacks up damage with all the souls that he collects. And yeah, they might try and set up a bit of a easier
Radiant
mid
team
for
pick.
Ladin.
Razor. A hero that you don't see that often anymore. Maybe if, you know, I don't think it's the strongest hero anymore.
Definitely not, and I think he's more sort of a hero you would pick in response to something that has a lot of right-click damage. So possibly just setting up for
10 seconds
whatever
remaining.
core they might pick, or mid then. But yeah, still, I mean, he
5
can
seconds
be very
remaining.
destructive mid with his link. So yeah,
The thing is, like, if you're trapped in the cogs, I think it's very easy to break your link. If you don't get your link off before global silence, it's not gonna do anything. So he's gonna have a tough
Team
game, but I
pick.
suppose it depends also on the rest of the picks. Mirana.
oh, obviously a great pickup.
I love Mirana. I think she offers so much. Apparently they can't hear us in game, but I don't know what's wrong or how to
Yeah,
fix
not
that.
so much.
10 seconds remaining.
Don't know if it's. Maybe we must make open mic party.
5 seconds
I
remaining.
think team is the right one. I've always had it on team. But I don't know. I think it has to do with if you choose to be cameraman or something.
I'm not sure. I'm honestly not sure what to
En
change.
jou open mic is op team, né?
Team. Yeah.
Ek gaan net gekyk wat as er gebeur as ek sê unmute co-caster. Okay. So we have someone
Radiant
watching that's just
team
letting us
pick.
know.
Oracle.
Oracle. You know, Oracle is such a deceptive hero because you don't realize the amount of burst that comes out, especially on like a Will Smith Oracle. You don't realize the burst that comes out and the killing potential that you
seconds
have with an
remaining.
Oracle.
Yeah, he's quite a strong.
5
he's
seconds
quite a strong
remaining.
in-lane support. The only concern that I do have with him is because of that nuke damage. You take a lot of the possibly kills on lane on the enemy heroes. So that gold goes to your position 4 or your position 5 and not to the carry. But otherwise, very strong, and obviously also a strong late game with his Fate's Edict. I think it's Fate's. No, it's,
I don't know what the last one is, but for me, like, they just don't have that signature hero here that you pair with the Oracle. Like you don't see the Huskar yet. You don't see like an Ursa or even like a Legion commander say that can jump in and the Oracle will keep him alive. Like I don't see that initiate or the traditional pairing hero that goes with the Oracle.
yeah, so you could possibly try and stack a lot of damage on the Razor and then keep him alive while Saint just takes the front line. But one of my concerns would obviously be Mirana or Clockwork getting the
Dire
pick
team
off on the
ban.
Oracle, and then the
Yes.
fight just turns in your favor.
They go for the Phoenix again. Oh no, that was Phoenix on the side of Valentrix, right? Yeah.
Yeah. So Phoenix are also a very strong hero in the meta at the moment.
Yeah.
Fire spirits.
And Ladin don't have any like attack speed hero here, anything that can deal with the egg.
Yeah. So one of the things that happened in the previous
10
game
seconds
was the
remaining.
egg swooping in and then landing between the whole team. So at level 1, your ult is still...
5 seconds
It only
remaining.
takes 5 hits to take down. So even if you do get your fire spirits down,
Radiant
it's
team
a very quick
ban.
nuke. And obviously you have to focus on your positioning. So interested to see what this Phoenix might offer the team of Valentrix.
Yeah, it will be interesting to see where they play it as well, because now they have their they had they were running an offlane Clockwork, so I don't know if it's going to be Clockwork and Phoenix, or yeah, it possibly is Clockwork and Phoenix.
Yeah,
10
you'll probably
seconds
see the Clockwork
remaining.
in Phoenix. And the nice thing with Phoenix is he has quite a lot of inlane presence
5
with his
seconds
fire spirits.
remaining.
So it does make it difficult for the opposing enemy core to get his last hits in lane.
Radiant team,
And
pick.
also not the worst base damage for those denies as well.
Yeah, what they did here was they picked an Oracle into a silencer, which is it's not ideal. The global silence, you have to wait for everything to be done or the fight almost to be over before you can get your spells off.
Yeah,
Also,
it's definitely a risky pick.
the one thing that I
10
have seen is
seconds
that
remaining.
Oracle in lane when he lanes
5
against the
seconds
silencer, he's able to
remaining.
take the curse off and just sustain that lane a little bit longer. But then you take away the sort of benefit that you have of the Oracle, where you could push out the enemy heroes and get those kills because now you're using your spells defensively. So it's a
Yeah.
bit of a catch-22 situation there, and they removed the Huskard, the normal pairing for the Oracle.
So the main thing for Valentrix now
Dire
also is,
team,
okay, here we go, picking their
Ooh,
Alchemist.
Alchemist, nice. I like that. There's obviously a lot of heroes here that can use Acceptors, but I don't. Do they have on the side of Latin the burst that's able to counter an Alchemist?
I don't think so, and I think the problem is you're going to probably have the Razor up against the Alchemist, so
10 seconds
how do you
remaining.
farm? How do you farm mid?
Yeah.
You've got your acid spray, but I mean,
5
that's that.
seconds
If you can get the
remaining.
link and you can maintain that link without breaking it,
Go ahead.
you're going to sit with
Select
an
your
Alchemist with
heroes.
basically negative damage, looking at his bare hands and not knowing what to do.
Yeah, that's true. Unless they send now the Bloodseeker mid.
That's Seeker.
So it looks like Relentless. He played the SF in the previous game, so he's taken up the Mirana. So maybe a mid Mirana and safe lane Alk.
I think that's what we'll see. So Mirana probably the better lineup against the Razor as well. You've got the 3 leap charges for the link.
I think Fosh
And,
Fosh played the Viper, right? I don't know if you saw. Yeah, I think Fosh played the Viper. So it looks, if they keep the
Yeah, it
lanes the
was.
same, it will be a mid Bloodseeker, possible safe lane Viper.
So ideally you want to set up your lane to have the Razor against the Alk, I think, in my opinion. Want to keep pressure on the Alk. Obviously, it's very difficult to shut down an Alk, and yeah, we'll probably see a lot of stacking happening on the side of Valentrix.
Yes, which is something that they're used to now with how they stacked for the SF. But let's take a look. Let's see the Razor's items. Yeah, that's safe lane items for the Razor. So you got Nuked is on safe lane. Fosh
really
will take
should
the
prepare for
Bloodseeker
battle.
mid. Batat, he's going top on the Oracle. And moving bot is Pugna and Mount Kilimanjaro. Blue and Blind Chicken and Mount Kilimanjaro playing bot lane. You have a safe lane Alchemist taken up here by Bojack Swordsman. I like Yu-Gi-Oh! Back on the Silencer. Relentless on his Mirana. And Stealth taking up the Clockwork again. Jerex plays on the Phoenix.
Yeah, I think a lot of the early game is going to revolve around this clock and the Phoenix for the side of Valentrix. Obviously, you need to put a bit of pressure on the safe lane, and I think that's quite an easy task with the Phoenix and the Clockwork pickup.
I'm going to try secure the bounty quite heavily here for
30
Alchemist.
seconds
So
to battle.
they've moved 3 heroes bot here.
Oh, I see.
The clock is probably
Are
just going to
those
block
little-
this with his
little
clogs. So
people down there.
Yeah,
they can
so you want to
defend.
try and get
Wonderful what they can do
Yeah, you
these
want to try and
days.
get the bounties obviously early for the Alk with his Grievel's Greed.
Yeah. They're moving across. Yeah, I think what's the name? They're just going to back off here. I don't think they contest
The
this too
battle
heavily.
begins.
So they're going to secure
Or
3
so
reds.
I'm
Phoenix went
told.
for the dive top, but misses that. So 3 versus 1. And now they just all run back to their lanes. See.
So Mirana rotating back, Murdoch going to face up against the Bloodseeker. This is going to be an interesting matchup as well. I think.
Yeah, you play
a lot-
mid and
lot
you
of-
play a lot of Mirana. So how does that sort of work for you? Is it a difficult one to match up with?
Well, you have the obvious
I deny you.
on the Bloodseeker, which makes the last hitting rather difficult. I mean, obviously has a lot of sustain as well with the lifesteal. So I think it'll be fairly close.
We say no.
But yeah, it's also a lot about lane equilibrium, trying to keep your lane back. It's the knives there on the range creeps.
Yeah, it's interesting that she went Starfall first, so trying to secure those last hits versus the Bloodseeker. But I think she missed that first one.
Yeah, missing another one. Thing is, early game you want to get the pressure on the Bloodseeker and try and get him out of lane as much as possible. Obviously not the best base damage, and Bloodseeker just getting all the denies in lane. So
those range creep deny is quite important for the Mirana here. Does she get it? Yeah, one more. Yeah, no miss uphill. So she gets that range creep deny. Alchemist having a nice time. He's already got 5 CS here. And make that 6. And the Harasser and the Silencer just not allowing the Pugna to be able to throw out his Nether Blast and do damage back. That's one nice thing about Silencer. You literally he's silencing your heroes. They just can't do anything.
Pugna he's sort of
for
sitting with disabled Pugna in the offlane. And I mean, I would maybe consider switching the Pugna and the Oracle, get the Oracle bot, and maybe use the Nether Blast top, try and put some pressure on the offlane. Things coming out top.
What are they? They just ping top.
Oh, so just a lot of trading at the moment.
The wave is a little bit pushed here for the Alk, but Silencer pulling is going to bring that wave back. And Alk now level 2, so he'll have the acid spray ready to go, enabling him to farm a little bit easier in the spot lane.
Yeah, and also with the acid spray, a little bit easier farming under the tower if necessary. But this is also where the Pugna becomes dangerous, is as soon as you get into the tower range, you just want to get your Nether Blast off.
Yeah. But I wonder, how does Centaur's return damage work here with the acid spray? Because he will take damage from the acid spray, right?
I think it's only from physical
attacks.
Yeah.
Counters all attacks dealing damage back. Yeah, so it has to be attacks. Otherwise, that would have been a nice counter there, is if he, just max your return and the Alk can't really do his acid spray.
Yeah.
Mid lane, silence comes out, but the leap is there. She hasn't gone for a level of arrow, so not really looking to get that kill potential here, just focusing on getting the farm up. She's fallen a little bit behind, 7 last hits behind the Bloodseeker, but not horrible. I think that Bloodseeker is a very difficult hero to lane against because he got the self-sustain with his blood, right?
Yeah, not the worst. I think as soon as we see the level 6 on the Bloodseeker as well, he might leave the lane. So what you want to do on your hit is just try and secure as much last hits as possible. And try and soak as much XP as well. Try and get a deny off here and there, but it's pretty much just about getting your starting items moving into the mid game.
Low on mana now as well with this Starstorm build. So she's ferrying out the Ring of Aquila. Maybe try to get a clarity here as well, just to help that sustain. Because now look, she can't leap away, and this Bloodseeker is very close. Oh, he's 1 level above her now, and if he gets 6, this is a kill. I think almost like guaranteed.
Also going for the 3 levels in Thirst.
Yeah.
Obviously making the kills a lot easier. So in your other lanes, you want to make sure that you don't dip below. Illusion. Sorry, actually going to the top lane. Now this is actually a very good combo with the Oracle for the link. And setting up with
with the Oracles, what's his thing? The Fortune's End, where he locks them in place. I think that's actually what they saw here with this combo. Is he gets the link off and the Fortune End to keep them keep the link going. So using it quite offensively here. And this Clockwork's going to have a little bit more difficult time because he's not going to get the kills because they don't have the kill potential that the Lina and him had. With the Oracle just sitting behind this Razor, so he's going to have a little bit of a more difficult time up top here.
Yeah, definitely. So also now with the Razor's link, you sort of maintaining lane control with your denies as well. So the XP split between the Phoenix and the Clock is not ideal. You'll probably will see the side of Dire pull away in terms of experience top lane as well, and. Yeah,
he's just hit 6, yeah, he's just hit 6. I'm focusing on this lane now. See what he's got the illusion, so playing around, some mind games going on here, but he's probably going to look to get this kill here on the Mirana. No, she's only got 1 leap. Here we go. Does he move forward? He's playing a little bit scared here. Maybe just trying to bait her up a little bit more forward here. Maybe on this catapult kill. She has got the 1 point in arrow now, so let's see. Bloodseeker just farming away, maybe waiting for one more level if he can get a good silence off here. But
So it's a bit of a risky play, but
Nice try.
it is.
but I think it's worth maybe also.
There she goes. There's the rupture
There
into
we
the
go, there's the
silence.
rupture.
Oh, the straight
Goes
TP
the
art.
TP. Just opens up the lane for Bloodseeker that much more.
Very well played.
So Bloodseeker taking the lead, 37 last hits after 6 minutes.
Bottom lane, they get the stun off. Yo, that is massive burst damage with the
A lot of
decrepify.
damage on the Elk.
Yeah, decrepify with the nether blast. One more,
Oh.
but just misses it. That's a lot of damage coming out there. They had the stun and the double edge once he's in the decrepify. They do so much burst damage there. But the
I think,
silencer, what do you like? I like the silencer. Just carry on pulling. Knows that they don't really have kill potential here with the Elk. Now the Pugna is gone
Radiant's
deep
bottom
here.
tower is
Silencer
under
throws
attack.
out the arcane curse
Has
and the
that
last
ever
word.
been cause for
But
celebration?
no stun on the Elk, so he'll be able to run it off.
Radiant's bottom tower is being subjected to extreme.
Marana
I've never
seeps
seen
in with the
Radiant's
Starfall, doesn't get the
structures looking
second
so
one.
fortified.
If she got the second one there, I think that's very close to a kill.
Yeah, that would have been very close to a kill.
Invisibility.
Dire's middle tower is under attack. I feel
Alchemist,
like a
he's almost
broken
6.
record.
That's going to give him a lot more confidence to stay in this lane. And top, there's a hook, there's a cogs thrown out here, and the battery assault, but the Razor's able to walk it off. The Oracle drops low, and they pick up the
Top
You've
Oracle.
just
Before he goes
achieved
down.
first blood.
But
Thanks
this
and
Razor's
have
got a
fun.
lot of damage. Marana with the leap in, a lot of
You
levels
make
in the
a fine
Starfall,
crater.
being able to just burst that Razor down. So, good trade-off there. Let's see, more gold going the way of the Radiant
Radiant's
side.
middle tower is under
So it's a
attack.
2-for-1 trade for.
I have no
for
reason to
Radiant
Radiant
side,
tower is under
getting the
attack.
kill on the Razor.
Must
You got
I
your safe lane
repeat
cooldown.
myself?
Bury me with
And nice
my
kill bot
blaze.
for Pugna just
Did
with the
I
Nether
do
Blast.
that to
Now
you?
they're looking to turn onto the Alchemist. Does he get the Fortune's End off? He does, but the Centaur is a little bit low. He's moving forward. Acid Spray. Now he's got the Tranquil Boot speed, but he doesn't make it close enough to get the stun. Phoenix now swoops, turns around, does a lot of damage to it, but the Pugna ward is out, so they have to be careful. Oh, he gets hit by the
Big arrow
arrow.
by the
Radiant's middle
And that should
tower
be a
is
kill
under
on the
attack.
That was an easy call.
Killing spree.
Oh,
Hello,
double kill.
this is Gabe
for her.
Newell.
Where did she get that
Thanks for
from?
playing
Sorry,
Dota
I
2.
just noticed that
Double
Dire's
kill.
bottom tower
So
is
now
under
this
attack.
is the problem. The problem on the Dire side is you're forcing the rotations bot, but you don't really have the kill potential. So you're bringing in the Phoenix and the Kitty with the rotation, and just easy pickles for them that side.
Yeah, and
Strange
that's-
to say,
you
Radiant's
can't
middle
have
tower
downtime
is under
versus an
attack.
Alk, I think. Oh, the arrow's going to fly mid, but it's going to miss. The Clockwork is running, but the Blood Rite comes out, silencing up the Clockwork, and this will just allow Bloodseeker to run away.
Opening
Goes
up
for the
map a little
TP.
bit.
Yeah, he's fine.
You should be safe.
They did kill the Alk now, but looks like who was here? Fortune's End was used. Pugna did end up taking that kill, so maybe a Nether Blast into the stun.
Yeah, so I don't know. What I would like to see is the silencer. He's pulling a lot, but he hasn't been stacking any camps for the silencer. So there's a lot of pressure bot. What does your Elk do if this lane does not go in your favor?
Yes. Like now, he's died now once. He has picked up the ulti, so he's going to be a little bit more tanky. But yeah, there's also I don't see any stacks on the Radiant side here yet. He's working his way. He's picked up the power trades and he's working his way towards the Radiance. What's a good Radiance timing for
Radiant's
now? It's
middle
like
tower
15,
is
16
under
minutes,
attack.
right?
Yeah, 15, 16 minutes, not bad.
Pops the ulti and he's going to be able to just walk that off.
So, I mean, you can expend a lot bot, but the fact is you're still up against an Elk who is just farming
Yeah.
exponentially fast.
He's always going to be top of net worth. Actually, Bloodseeker is here now, but as this Alk gets a little bit more space, I think he's always going to be top net worth. They're not going to
Coin.
be able to contest him too much. Bounties going the way of I think it's 2-2. Yeah, 2-2.
Jackpot.
Now this Razor, we haven't spoken about this Razor in a bit because he's just having quite a free time top. But I don't know, is Razor the hero that wins you the game here? Now the battery assault onto him, they cogs him in. Razor, what does he do? He pops his static link. He's He's linking up the clockwork, but here's Mirana. She misses the arrow. The heal from the Oracle keeping there, but just not enough.
Mega kill.
Smarana playing really well here. They did have to expend the egg there, but totally worth it. Gets a 2 kills top.
I have no reason to lie
So
about such things.
abandons the mid lane for obviously rotating
Dire's
to
top
the
tower is under
both
attack.
bot and side lane, but she's doing very
Strange
well
to
at the moment, leading
say,
network.
Radiant's middle
It does
tower
open
is
up
under
much
attack.
for the Black Seek. Then what happens if you take mid is you open up the whole map for your team on
Dire's
Dire.
top tower is being attacked like
Oh no,
nobody's
yeah.
business.
So now the Bloodseeker level 10, he's gonna have free time, 1 level above the Kitty, even though she's ahead on. She's going for the kill here. She's committing. Razor links her up and just removes the damage. The thing is, like, I don't know. What does a Razor do when he gets hookshot? He's gonna have to build into like something like a Hurricane Pike, or the supports are gonna have to get 4-stops. But until then, like you saw there, they just hookshot in and they got enough follow up. They got a Kitty arrow coming. They got Starstorm. You know, there's a lot of damage coming in once you get cogged. So he's gonna have to play really careful here.
Yeah, so the burst is real. I mean, you're sitting with someone with he's sucking like 150 damage, but he's basically a glass cannon.
Yes. Exactly. Still no stacks here on the side for the Elk, right? I don't see any. Silencer trying to stack the Radiant camps here with his curse. He's going for the double stack. Does he get it? Yes, he does. Nice.
Nice stacking with my Silencer.
Yeah. Now the Centaur ult coming forward.
The charge.
Oh, he decrepified the Centaur, not the Elk. Now the stun coming out from the Elk. They get onto the Pugna with the curse and the last word.
Kill, yeah.
Yeah, they do. Bloodseeker was in the area but just didn't commit to getting that kill. Maybe knowing that Elk is still in his rage form. So nice turnaround there, but just a little bit of a misplay. They got the decrep onto the Centaur, not onto the Elk.
Under an extraordinary amount of
The
stress.
Bloodseeker also sending out the courier. I'm pretty sure you'll probably have a Blade Mail on there. Might be a Blade Mail or yeah, Blade Mail.
Stun into hookshot, bot lane here onto the Centaur. He's trying to get out of the cox. He does so. He uses his stick. The last word is there. He pops the Pugna, sucking him back. Nice, keeping him alive.
Nice sucking there.
Nice sucking by Pugna.
Centaur's so tanky.
Yeah, very tanky there. But now the Bloodseekers here, Bloodright gets a silence and the rupture. They're fully committing onto this clockwork. He's completely dead, and Centaur just with the steal.
You had no chance.
Fire Spirit's out, but no egg coming out from the Phoenix there. Beautiful sucking there
Dire's
by the
middle
Pugna.
tower is under attack.
The man
I
is a
feel
strong
like a
draw.
broken
So
record.
basically, like I said, your map is open. Is open now because of that mid tower falling. You see the Bloodseeker
Dire's middle
rotating with
tower
his
is
Blade
under
Mail.
an extraordinary
Just
amount of
throwing ruptures.
stress.
We'll probably see him. You can see he's got a smoke on him as well. So interesting to see where the next rotation will be.
Blade Mail is actually quite a good item versus the Kitty, I think, because she leaps in, she makes herself vulnerable as she
Radiant's
leaps in,
top
and then
tower
if
is
you get the
under
double
attack.
Starstorm hit onto a Blade Mail,
And
that's
not in a good way.
really not what you want.
And so if you get the double star full and maybe also possibly
Radiant's top
into
tower is under attack.
Bloodright,
Yes.
you are dead.
Exactly. So she also has to be very careful of when she commits in.
Rack it up.
Yeah, when she commits in for this this kill. I don't know why it says my OBS keeps disconnecting. It keeps reconnecting as well, but Twitch should be fine.
So Centaur also picking up the hood, first item. I think that's I guess
I like Hood. I don't think it's too bad.
Both accurate and precise.
Dire's structures are fortified.
And it's off.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant's structures are fortified. There appears to be some sort of magic at work. I am required to point out that Dire's middle tower bottom tower has fallen.
We'll take that.
Connected.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Sorry, I seem to have having a little bit of difficulty here.
oh, that's fine.
But they did pick up the kill on the Bloodseeker there, right? I saw that.
Yeah, they got the pick off and they also got the mid tower there.
And now a big fight bot with the Phoenix ulti down, but they only managed to get the Pugna. Bloodseeker, he's coming back. They are pretty low. It doesn't feel like committing to this one, yeah. Centaur might spot out the Alk. Alk does have ulti up, and he's already picked up his relic. So
yeah, so like we said, I mean, you can't really shut down the Alk. You might delay his farm slightly. In the end, you're still going to sit with Radiance probably before 17 minutes.
Yeah, I think this is going to be... If they don't start making moves with this Bloodseeker now... Because he's holding up quite well versus their lineup, but if they're not making moves with him... And that's the same, the power spikes we were talking about. Look at this, the Mirana leaps in, but nice stun there by the Centaur. Still has the arrow up, she's going to look to line it up. There it is, hits perfectly onto him.
Beautiful arrow.
With the double star storm, but the Pugna sucking away again. Now Mirana, she leaps out of the blood, right? So she's... Ooh, they don't have detection. Bloodseeker doesn't have detection. And in the end, the Pugna will go down. Now, Razor draining away, but they're just going to TP out. Was close to getting that stun off on the Centaur.
Yeah. So Centaur, like I said earlier, he picks up the hood first. Should be close to his blink dagger.
Yeah, it's about 700 away.
Yeah. So Dire basically keeping the pace of the game quite fast at the moment, and your Rapture. I mean, your Rapture cooldown is so short.
Might as well just throw it out.
Dire's top tower is being attacked like nobody's business.
I think any time you can just
Radiant's
put a little bit of pressure on this Alk, stop him
attack.
from farming. That's all you have to do. Now they're pushing bot, so they're going to try and take this tier 2. Phoenix is TPing in, throws out the fire spirits, and they probably should be backing off here. But he's going to look to make a play. Swoops forward, drops the egg right into the middle of 4 heroes. Can he get the cogs? Oh, the cogs were just too late to push them away, but 3 of them trapped into the middle.
He leaps into the blood, right?
And that's his problem right there. But Razor, gets saved by the Oracle. That's a problem when you leap into the blood, right? She goes for the hopeful arrow, but just gonna be guessing wrong. Razor looking to TP out. Oracle as well. Does they find him? Oh, channeled the stun, but just couldn't get it off.
Throw it! Didn't you hear me telling you to
So overall, that was quite an even fight actually, 2 for 2 in the end, where it looked really bad for the Dire side there with the fire spirits and the egg, but they managed to take down that egg just in time. The cogs and the battery assault not doing enough to keep the egg alive there.
Yeah, so the egg takes 5 shots, and even if you get the fire spirits down, I mean, he was on his own, a bit out of position. The hook shot coming out a bit late. I think he was a bit far, but still managed to end up
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
And then this is the other thing now, is you've got the hook shot, but a lot of your fight is going to be centered on that blood drive of the Bloodseeker, and we saw how that just completely turns the fight around.
Exactly, like if you hookshot in, and let's say you've got one more hero in the blood ride, like the Mirana leaping in, that Bloodseeker is going to gain a lot of pace and a lot of damage with his maxed out thirst. So here comes Silencer, just warding. He's going to run into the Bloodseeker. Does he throw out the Rupture? He does. Throws out the Rupture onto the static link. Where are you going to go? He's so low now, they spot him with the first and take him down. But here's the Alk, he's channeling up the stun onto the Bloodseeker with the acid spray. Bloodseeker pops his blade mail and Clockwork. Doesn't have anything available for now, but he locks him in now with the cogs. Here comes the Oracle. Keeps the Bloodseeker alive, and now Clockwork's in trouble. Bloodseeker turning around, but the arrow hits.
Beautiful
massive arrow. And this should be enough damage. They take down the Oracle and they take down the Bloodseeker. Beautiful arrow there by the Mirana. And she's chasing after the Razor, who she takes down as well. Centaur not being able, doesn't have his blink yet, so no counter initiation there for the side of the Dire.
This kid is just pumping out so much damage at the moment. That Maelstrom proccing is absolutely ridiculous. And also mentioned earlier that I think that pickup in the Dragon Lance was probably the best item you could have bought. Yeah. After your Maelstrom, so it makes it possible to stay out of the blood right, but it also just the stats you get on that thing just your DPS so much.
Yeah, I like the Dragon Lance pickup a lot.
Middle tower
also, you don't want to be
attack.
fighting, like any distance you can gain between yourself and the Bloodseeker is also ideal. And obviously it'd be able, if she works into a Hurricane Pike, she'll be able to break the link from the Razor as well.
Yeah.
This Phoenix, he's going Spirit Vessel, so Spirit Vessel, I think quite good versus Ascent, is it, because of the percentage based damage?
Yeah, so obviously any high HP hero sort of countered by a Spirit Vessel. So good pickup there by the... Also stacks very well with the Fire Spirits. And
Yes.
I'm interested to see if this... okay, so Phoenix is working towards his Rod of Atos. Also a good pickup. But I would have liked to see the Veil of Discord. I think that's a very good build on Phoenix at the moment. Binding all your magic damage along
I don't
with
mean
the
to
Veil of
be
Discord.
alarmist,
and then the
but
Spirit
Dire's
Vessel.
bottom tower is under attack.
Shadows.
So now the 4-man smoke up onto the Alchemist here. He
Dire's
tries to
bottom
get out,
tower
throws a
is
stun out,
under
but just
attack.
doesn't get enough. He tried to run away there, but nice smoke up there from the Dire. And anytime you can kill the Alch, now he's down for 40 seconds.
I don't mean to be
So you've got the
alarmist,
potential to push again on the
but
bot tower.
Dire's bottom tower
and
is
we've got
under
the Nether Blast
attack.
and the Pugna. So they're pushing potentials quite hard. Bloodseeker just clears waves instantly with his Blood Right. And yeah, this is the momentum you want to build on the side of Dire.
Yeah, I agree. Like, if the Dire starts getting a roll on here, I don't see the Radiant coming back. But again, this Kitty, she's not in the fights now. She spots out some stacks
Dire's
here in the
middle
Dire,
tower
but she's not
is
got
under
to
attack.
defend here. Clockwork
I
is
feel
setting
like
up.
a
He's
broken
looking like he's
record.
getting ready for a
Bottom
hookshot.
tower
But
is
look at the
being
Pugna
subjected
power.
to extreme violence.
Now Kitty
Dire's
TPing
middle
bot in
tower is
here.
under
And the
an
hookshot comes in
extraordinary
straight
amount
onto
of stress.
the Bloodseeker, and he's trapped in the cogs, and he's not going anywhere. Starstorm also coming out, and the egg. They're trying to take down the egg. They managed to do so, but here's the Alch. He arrives, and Razor,
Dominating, I guess.
even with his BKB, can't do anything, and they find the
Is the
Pugna in
monster.
the woods as well.
And I mean, as we sort of praised Dire, it's just that's how quickly a fight can turn and the game can turn. I mean, that egg by Phoenix was absolutely beautiful. It does go down in the end, but the fire
damage
spirits
is
coming
done.
down, the
Illusion.
damage is basically done.
Yeah, and that's a massive 1,500 gold going towards the side of the Radiant and this Alchemist, who's now finished his Radiance and his Boots of Travel. So that's how he was able to get into
Sorry,
the fight so
I just
quickly.
noticed that Dire's bottom
But with
tower
his Radiance,
is
what do
under
you do
attack.
now?
Stroke of
Your
cunning,
Bloodseeker
or
isn't
perhaps
going to
of
be able to fight
desperation.
against this.
Dire's structures have been
We'll probably
fortified.
see, I'm pretty
Dire's
sure
middle
we'll see the
tower
Alch
is
pick up
under attack. I feel
the
like a broken
Manta style
record.
with the Octarine core and just push the lanes. So it does make it difficult for your
Dire's
team to
middle
fight.
tower is under an
all your
extraordinary
lanes are
amount
pushed
of
out.
stress.
And
But again,
Sort
with this Clockwork, did you see
Dire's
that
middle
beautiful
tower
hookshot
has
in, just
fallen.
trapping the Bloodseeker, not allowing
any
him
fool can see.
to use the pace that he gains from the Thirst. So he was literally just sitting in the cogs looking at everything.
yeah, so on Dire side, there's no 4-staffs to counter that Clockwork just yet.
Arrow bot by the Kitty. Oh, but the Pugna's going to evade it. She's building into Lincoln Sphere, yeah. So obviously just to stop the Rupture. Makes her a lot more mobile and a lot safer. If he doesn't get the Rupture off, she's able to leap away
My
and get
pet
out of the
thanks
silence
you.
as well.
So Bloodseeker working towards his BKB at the moment.
I
but
don't mean to be
also then on Pugna, I
alarmist,
see he's building
but
into the
Dire's
mechanism.
bottom tower
Probably
is
going to pick up the
under
Guardian
attack.
Greaves. And Oracle's building towards the Spirit Vessel as well. So there's no real means for them to counter the cogs at the moment, and the cogs are basically the team fights once again.
Exactly. So what would you say? Like you'd like to see a 4-staff coming out from either the Oracle or the Pugna, yeah?
Yeah, so I think maybe hold off on the mechanism and try and pick up. I think that the Spirit Vessel is definitely the right pickup for the Alchemist. But you need some
Dire's
form
bottom
of,
tower is under
well, you need
attack.
a 4-staff. I think you really need a 4-staff.
Yeah, I think. I mean, 4-staffs are so good, yeah. Like even if you 4-staff the Rupture target, you know, like anything like that, I think the 4-staff will do wonders. Yeah. This Alch now, he's probably gonna. Do you think he finishes up Manta Octarine before he starts giving out Ag Scepters?
Yeah.
It allows this Clockwork to, you know, build into more utility items
Trying to
and
out,
still get that
fat.
Ags. Yeah, I think you need to get that Alch fat. They're gonna be pressuring this Alch. They've grouped up top. They know he's here farming in the jungle. They moving towards him, but he's already out. He's gonna go back, farms on his side. He spots out the Centaur who has blink. He pops the concoction. Centaur with the stomp. Does he make it in time? No, Alch stuns himself. Now they look to move in. Silence coming out by the Bloodseeker. They get the silence onto the Alch, but the beautiful counter initiation there by the Clockwork. Pops a blade mail, and both of them in the cogs here, taking a lot of damage with the acid spray. Oracle saving the Centaur here. He's throwing out damage. still not enough, and now the global silence comes out. They take down the Centaur, they take down the Razor. Bloodseeker is flirting with danger here. They take the Maelstrom proc on the Oracle. Now Bloodseeker, is he going to pop the Shrine? No, he's fast enough just to run away. Kitty's leaps on cooldown, so she's not going to chase after that. But that was a beautiful counter initiation there by the Clockwork. Just as Dire thought they had the upper hand, they all grouped up. Hookshot comes in and stops that fight in its tracks.
So fighting Pure without, well, they do have the vision that side. That they don't have the vision, unfortunately, the Clockwork, and it just breaks up the whole fight. Yeah. Manages time for the Phoenix to come in with the egg, and it just turns the fight completely in the favor of Radiant.
Yeah, and I think
also,
sorry, I just noticed that Dire's bottom tower is under
which
attack.
was the guy they initiated on. Also, the Oracle ult went onto the Saint. I don't think,
Dire's
even if it went onto the Bloodseeker, I don't think.
Like nobody's business.
You know, the Bloodseeker made it out, so it's not the worst thing there. But then again, a 4-staff there breaks that whole fight apart.
I don't mean to be
if you 4-staff
alarmist,
that cogs held 2 of
Dire's
them in place, then just get one of your cores out there and you can start making plays again.
This try maybe either get out of the fight or reset the fight, but at the moment at the mercy of that Clockwork, so whoever gets cogged is dead.
Now Bloodseeker is just finished up the BKB. Clockwork made an initiation again onto the Pugna. Hookshot used. So nice plays here again from the Clockwork. Just two very good games here for the Clock. And Alchemist is doing Alch. He just does Alch things.
Doing Alch things.
Pops the Manta, pushes out the wave, and he'll TP back. But they are making a move here. 2 players TPing into the Shrine, but nice game sense there, and he's out. Although he's going to run into the Bloodseeker here. Does Bloodseeker have Rupture? He spots him, ruptures onto the Alchemist. No TP yet. Channeling the stun with the Blade Mail. Oh, he gets a stun onto him.
Catch him?
Did they catch him with the dust? They did, and they'll bring out down the out. Oh, beautiful. Counter initiation again. The Clockwork moved in with the Kitty arrow. Nothing they can do. Bloodseeker did pop the BKB, but Kitty's chasing. She does a lot of physical damage. They bring down the Clockwork on top there. Razor, how much has he stolen? 250 damage on the Razor here. He chases down onto the Kitty. Now Pugna's here. Arrow hits onto the Razor. Beautiful, and a double killing down the Pugna. Now Bloodseeker shining up. Is he going to go for some plays here? Because he is quite fast. Trying to get as much HP here, so just farming these the jungle creeps. But that was again beautiful counter initiation from the Clockwork. I must say that has really been winning them the fights here.
Yeah, so interesting to not see that respect ban coming through. I mean, this thing is absolutely deadly. And who's playing the Clockwork?
Stealth.
He's just playing such a brand at the moment.
Yeah, very well played. What's the pushing power like of the Radiant side here? Because it doesn't feel like they're capitalizing. I mean, the fights are chaotic. It's always like a 2-for-1. It's never like a clean team wipe or anything. But it doesn't feel like they're capitalizing on the objectives. They do have 2 tier 2s down, by the way, which I didn't actually see falling. But the Alk's now just going to push in this wave, and they'll probably look to secure this tier 2 bot. I mean,
so what we might see...
Yeah, sorry, if the side of the Dire gets a few kills, this Pugna is going to take towers, and I don't see the same happening on the side of the Radiant.
No, not necessarily, but you might see, I think maybe within the next... So, they're smoking up now.
Let's see. Picking out the Clockwork, they run straight into the Clockwork, gets the Rupture onto him with the Centaur stun, the double edge, and the burst coming out. But he gets the cogs, and again, 2 of them trapped in there. Phoenix X is down. But this egg is going down very quickly. Alchemist is in his rage form and they're Moonlight Shadowed. Can they get out? Bloodseeker did pop the BKB, but his BKB is down now and he gets stunned by the Alchemist. Starstorm by the Kitty, leaps forward, takes down the Pugna. They decryptify the Bloodseeker, but that still brings him down. Now Kitty, this Kitty is doing work. Razor, no matter how much you suck, there's always going to be enough damage. And they turn now to the Centaur with the stun coming out from the Alchemist. Centaur does pop the Blade Mail. Do they have anything to cancel this TP? Yes, they do. So beautiful fight there. Complete team wipe for the side of the Radiant.
Yeah, this is now where I would like to see what they actually do with this team fight. So Alk still pushing out the lanes and all that. And
Kitty just securing
Kitty
bounties.
top to get the bounty runes.
But you saw there the
Which is probably
Bloodseeker,
not
he committed a little bit hard there.
a
Like
bad
just
idea
as
anymore.
the BKB was about
Dyer's
to run
bottom
out, he
tower
was a
is
little bit
under
deep and got
attack.
stunned by the Alk, and that
Dyer's
allowed him
bottom
to turn.
tower
And then
has
by that time,
fallen.
the Dyer side have to commit to try and save him, and it's just too late.
Clock just going up a bit too deep there without any vision, gets caught out, and yeah, still worked out quite well for obviously for the Radiant side.
They managed to get the tier 2 bot, but not anything more than that. And I wonder that's going to be a problem. But I also don't see them having a late game problem. Yeah, I mean there's not.
I think the late game favors Radiant. I mean, your Kitty is the right click. We saw that with the Razor getting the link off, but still the damage is so much that it doesn't really affect right clicking.
Yeah, the damage and the Maelstrom procs, that's all you need. I think that's quite. So it was evident there that no matter how much the Razor tried to suck there, it was doing nothing. This Pugna also, I know he's there for the pushing power, but he's not getting those. You know, I like to see a Pugna go for those aggressive plays on, say, the supports, the Crep into the suck, into the Never Blast. That that's always nice to see when a support can take down another support by himself. And he hasn't been doing that too much. Now they're looking to secure Rosh. Rosh probably going the way of
Probably be a clean Rosh pickup for Radiant.
Yeah, I don't think Dire defenses or can
Roshan
even.
has fallen to the Radiant.
No, Aegis on the
Roshan,
Alk.
we hardly
How do you
need
play
you.
this with the Alk? Do you keep your ulti for after the Aegis, or do you just go in there and do as much damage as possible?
I think you just go in guns blazing. I mean, you've got the Octarine core, so your cooldown is sitting at what is it, 41 seconds? It's quite long, but I think your HP regen is so fast that it doesn't really matter with that Radiance and the Octarine core.
Yes. Doesn't really matter what you do. They're going to have a hard time bringing you down.
Obviously, just Clock breaking up the fights and then Kitty coming in with all that damage. Phoenix with the egg and the fire spirits.
This Kitty's also finished up a Hurricane Pike now.
Yeah, so this is a very, very difficult lineup now to fight into.
They need the perfect initiation from Senton. I mean, like a 4-5 man stomp into the Bloodright Silence before they do anything.
Yeah, so you would ideally want to pick off the Phoenix or the Silencer first. I mean, you're not gonna burst the Elk.
Yeah, or the Clock for that matter.
Or the Clock, yeah. So you want to try and burst that, get the
Elk popping the concoction onto the Pugna, but he's already up the ramp. The Clock hook shot from the Clockwork onto the tier 4s, and they force him out of the cards. Centaur just stuck there. Now Alk still has. You look at the damage from so far. They can't do anything.
Insane.
Dyer's middle tower
And Alk still
is
with the
under
Radiance.
attack.
He's got the Lincoln Sphere protecting
I
him.
feel like a broken
Takes down the
record.
Pugna ward, so easier for his team to come and help him out here. Concoction
Dyer's
forward, but
bottom
BKB
tower
popped by the
is
Razor.
under
Now
attack.
starts the link, but again the Clockwork just 4 stops away, breaks the link. And this probably is going to be a tier 4 tower going down. Rupture is still up. Alk popping the concoction again and throws it out onto the Bloodseeker. Oracle doing his best to keep his team healthy, but there's just not much that they can do to stop this push here.
I don't know how you stop this push. I mean, this Elk is just, you can see the Legion coming
Dyer's
through.
middle
Double
tower
silence
has
being committed
fallen.
there as well.
And now the egg drops down. This Bloodseeker stuck in the cards with his BKB on. He's trying to make it away, but the Kitty just hits him down, right clicks him down. No buyback on the Bloodseeker. And Alk
Killing
is moving
spree.
forward.
Radiant's
So,
bottom tower
very,
is
I
under
think
attack.
this is game. I don't think they're
This
going
is
to carry.
probably
Dominating performance.
Ultra kill for the
Ultra
Alk. Will
kill.
we see a
Dyer's
rampage?
middle barracks are under attack.
Still has Aegis. Go for
Radiant's
it.
top tower is under attack. And not in a good way. If you're just tuning in, Dyer's middle barracks has fallen. It would appear
GG, big
Radiant's top
GG,
tower
well
is under
played.
attack.
I think this in this game, I don't think the Clockwork did as much, but he played very well in the first game. I think this game, the Kitty just was so far ahead that.
Yeah, so mid-game being dominated, well not dominated, but being controlled slightly by the Bloodseeker. But I mean, going into the late game, how do you shut down this Elk? And also the Kitty just escalating and snowballing from those earlier kills in the top lane.
Yeah, exactly. Like once she started moving around, she ended 15-0, so very good game by
Flawless
Relentless.
performance by her.
And she's only 3k behind her Alchemist, so Very, very well played there. But, again, I like the lineup of Valentrix here with the clockwork just locking people in place, enabling you to easily hit those arrows, enabling the Alk to do massive damage over time because they can't run away. So maybe, what could Laren have done different? Just maybe 4 staffs earlier? Is that the only thing?
I think Valentrix won on the draft, and also then the itemization came in. It screwed them a bit in the mid game. No 4 staffs. And Valentrix were just able to snowball on all those skirmishes early game.
I think just maybe just items, but I don't even know if that could have fixed it. It feels like Valentrix had this plan worked out quite well, and they knew how to execute it.
Yeah, definitely, and good synergy between them as well.
Yeah, so that's a 2-0 there for Valentrix. They'll move on in this cup, and hopefully we can do the same on Thursday. But otherwise, we'll be casting a few more games for this cup. So hope you guys enjoyed, and we'll see you guys next time. Thank you. Rionzo,
Yes,
anything
peace out.
you want to say?
No, thank you.
All right, lekker. Sharp. Okay, cheers guys. Thank you for